Hey, what's going on everyone? Vasco here and welcome back to the channel. And since my last video a couple of weeks ago telling you that the Jeddah Grand Prix was going to be cancelled, I've been getting a lot, and I mean a lot of comments from locals. Okay guys, let me do the video. Telling me that the race was not going to be cancelled. So in that video, I showed you a couple of pictures and the video that Formula 1 released back in the day of the track going into construction with just 5 weeks left. And in that video, I told you that I thought that the Grand Prix was not going to happen, and I even explored some of the options that I thought Formula 1 might choose if the Jeddah Grand Prix was going to be cancelled, because I didn't know how they were going to finish the build-up process and having the track graded with an A1 license, that's the requirement for Formula 1 cars to go in there, in just a couple of weeks. Now let's take a look at the new photos that have just been released of the state of things at Jeddah and a couple of pictures of the evolution that Jeddah has seen over the last couple of weeks. So this was an amazing build-up process, and I don't know how quite they did this. I still have a couple of concerns regarding the track, but first let's take a look at the pictures. So before we get to the new pictures, I just want to show you again very quickly the pictures that I showed you a couple of weeks ago, so they are on the screen right now. And you can probably understand why I was afraid that the Grand Prix was not going to happen, because if you think that 5 weeks ago this was a Formula 1 track that's supposed to host a race in just 5 weeks, you'd probably not believe that the race was going to happen as well. But now let's actually take a look at the new pictures to show you the contrast and how quickly they were able to build a Formula 1 track. Alrighty, so now we are here at the computer, and straight away you can see a picture from Chris Madland. So Chris Madland is one of the most respected Formula 1 journalists out there, and he was at Jeddah and he showed you this picture. So this is a picture of what I think will be the start-finish straight. So you can see that the track is all there, the grandstands are all there, and the track is already asphalted in, and the screens are already here. But something that worries me actually quite a lot, and I will discuss it at the end of the video, is actually the asphalt. So you can see that this asphalt is nowhere near being ready for Formula 1 quality, and it just seems that it's been laid out for a couple of days, and you can see all of the oils in the asphalt still coming up. So this will provide a generally very low grip and high tire degradation scenario, just like we saw at Turkey. So that's my only main concern about the state of things at Jeddah. It's actually the state of the asphalt. But coming into the next couple of pictures, you can see that the pit building is complete. So this is amazing. So you can see just here a man actually finishing up the pit building, but it's very much on the verge of completion. All of the garages have doors. The floor is ready to be painted by the Formula 1 teams. So this is amazing to see how quickly they were able to complete the circuit and how quickly the pit building is being built. So you can see that right here there's still a section of the pit building that's still being built, but at the rate at which they are building. So compare this to the picture I showed you last week on screen. So compare this, and in just a couple of weeks time, look at what they were able to do. I think they will be able to finish these few doors that are left in the week that's remaining. I'm just again worried about the asphalt. As you can see, it's quite dirty. But looking at another picture, you can see the circuit at night. And now this looks like a proper racetrack. So right here, you can see that there are still things to be completed. And I don't think that Saudi Arabia will want this track to be shown like this in international TV. And I think that they will try to make this place very beautiful. But if you look at what actually is very important, you can see that the track is being very perfectly lit in the night sky. And it looks like a racetrack, honestly, with all the marshalling posts and with all the lights here. You are just missing the curbs, but going one picture ahead and you can see a more recent picture. So these are from November the 21st and these are from November the 29th. And you can see the people are already painting the curbs and are already painting this bit here in the middle of the track. That's actually decoration. Okay, and now looking at some even more recent pictures. So these are from the 28th. You see that there are sections of the track that are already ready to be shown on TV. So if you saw this corner on TV, there would be no problem with it. So I'm very happy with the progress that they are making. But again, I'm very worried with the quality of the asphalt, because this asphalt looks nowhere near ready to be raised. I doubt that they will have the time to do a full asphalt treatment in this road. So I think that they won't be able to, and expect some slippery asphalt. And even though it's Saudi Arabia and the chance of rain is pretty much zero, I don't want to imagine this track wet, and I don't want to imagine this track in cold conditions at night, because the tire wear is just going to be so much, because the drivers are going to be sliding everywhere. But finally, what astounded me most actually was this picture. So if you look at this just a couple of weeks ago, the pit building was not complete. And now they were able to build this amazing structure, which I think that it's kind of amazing the rate at which they are building the track, but there are still a lot of work to be done. So I think that the concerns I raised in the previous video are actually very much validated by these pictures. So that's the state of things at Jeddah, and I think things are looking good for us to have the inaugural Saudi Arabian Grand Prix at Jeddah this weekend. But before I end the video, I still have a few concerns regarding how quickly the track was built and some quality control issues that may appear as a result. So let's get to them. Okay, now that we have taken a look at how things are at Jeddah, I still have a couple of concerns about how the track is being built and the speed at which things are being built, because usually the faster something gets built and the more rushed something gets built, the worse the end quality of that is. And we saw an example of this with the 2020 Turkish Grand Prix, where they just had to resurface the track just a couple of weeks before the race, and Formula 1 cars were actually the first cars to go on that track and on that green asphalt, and you just saw that the cars had no grip. So I'm actually kind of afraid that the same thing is going to happen at Jeddah, because at the rate that they are going to finish the track will definitely be built on time for the Grand Prix, but before the Grand Prix, the only cars that are going to be on the track are the Formula 2 cars. And even if they do a lot of running with the Formula 2 cars and some show cars, the track and the asphalt will still be very slippery. That is unless they do a special treatment to the asphalt, but I honestly think that they don't have time. So I'm actually quite afraid of a tight and twisty street circuit with such slippery asphalt, but I might be proven wrong on this. And that's my main concern, the quality of the asphalt that these drivers are going to race in, because they are going to finish the race on time, but they are not going to have time to do any proper running on the track before the Formula 1 cars get there, and they might try with some performance cars and with the Formula 2 cars, but I just think that the racetrack won't be rubbered in on time. And another thing that's been bothering me quite a lot is that tracks like Portimao actually took a long time to get a Formula 1 Grade 1 license in order to be able to be certified for Formula 1. This is a process that's supposed to be finished up to 90 days before the lights go out, and in Jeddah, with just a couple of weeks to go, they didn't have the time to do this, because once the track was in a state where it could be evaluated, if it really is in a state where it can be evaluated already, they won't have the 90 days, and they will have to do a rushed assessment of the track characteristics and of the track quality, and they will award it the Grade 1 license for sure, but I'm not sure that they are going to evaluate the track to give it its Grade 1 license with the same scrutiny that they do some other racetracks, where they actually have the time to award the proper license and to have the proper checks done. Now, I'm not saying that the track is going to be unsafe, and I'm not saying that the track is not going to be raceable, because I think that what the Jeddah organizers are going to do is push it the other way around. So they are going to have it much safer than it actually needs to be in order to assure that nothing bad happens. But I'm just saying that a rushed security check is not something that we want to see in Formula 1, because we want these racetracks to be as safe as possible. So remember the crash that happened 1 year ago to Roman Grosjean? Imagine what would have happened if the racetrack wasn't safe enough and if those barriers weren't there or were of inferior quality. We might probably not have Roman among us today. So those are my thoughts on the Jeddah Grand Prix and the quick update, just to tell you guys how I think that the things are going to pan out. So hats off to everyone who in just a couple of weeks actually made a racetrack that was not properly built to have it certified for a Formula 1 race in just a couple of weeks. And honestly, it was amazing to have local support and people telling me how the track was going to be built day by day and the progress that was being made. So thank you guys for every single one of your comments in the previous video, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you'll stick around. So this has been it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please don't forget to check my latest video right here. So this has been it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot, and I see that a lot of you guys that watch my videos right through to the end are not subscribed, so let's change that. So this has been it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.